Hello world, so this is Marshall Zan 2 Cents coming with y'all another fast review. Today we're talking about two fragrances here. We're going to be comparing the original and then also the inspired fragrance, supposedly inspired fragrance or dupe of. And I'm going over to them to tell you about comparison, what I think about it as well, what I pick up from my nose. Alright, so we're going to be talking about Eternal Oud by Lattafa. Alright, very beautiful amber fragrance as well. So even though we're talking about Grand Soirs, if I get a visual there. There you go, Grand Soirs MFK fragrance. So I had got a sample from Sense Angel is where I got it from. And so let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm gonna just tell you my thoughts of them. I actually sprayed these on, these two. I got this one here, kind of just the OG, just the original here. And I sprayed these about an hour ago, just kind of give you an idea of what the dry down is. All right, I'm gonna spray them here just to get it opening. Then we're gonna talk about the dry down. So let's jump into it. All right, y'all, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm gonna just get into what I thought about my fragrances here. I sprayed them on the left hand side. I got here Grand Soir. Right hand side, I got Eternal Oud. And I'm gonna tell you what I think about it, the dry down and on the skin as well. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the opening on paper here. So first off, we got Eternal Oud. All right, let's go ahead and do this here. So Eternal Oud opens up, as you know, the opening at Eternal Oud, what I got for Tanica is the opening is grape and plum in the opening, and then you go down to the mid, which you got Heliotrope and Orchard, and then in dry down we have the amber, the vanilla, the tonka bean, the Eladium, also Oud and benzoin. So that's the opening. So the plum, I don't really get like individually could pick out the plum or the grapefruit in the opening. But I must say the opening is a sweet, kind of sweet. Sort of pick up a little bit of the fruits. All right, I'm gonna say the plum there. So maybe like a sweet plum, not like a young plum. It's more like a mature, ripe plum. And from paper, it immediately goes into the amber, benzoin, accord, of course, with the vanilla and the tonka bean. When I get there, so very nice amber accord in the fragrance here with Eternal Oud. So let's go ahead and spray this on the skin as well and see if there's any difference from paper on skin. Now, I must say, okay, on skin, you do get a little bit of alcohol. Let's tell y'all that. I had this fragrance for quite a couple of months now, probably about 6 months plus. So you still get a little bit of alcohol in the opening. But that quickly fades, and you start getting into what I was speaking about at first. On skin, I do pick up more of the plum. The plum does smell like very mature plum, very bright plum, I must say that. And you can see it's starting to evolve more into the amber with the vanilla and tonka bean. That is the amber core, what it actually is. All right, so that's Eternal Oud. And let's go ahead and let's talk about Grand Soir as well. So I'm doing a spray a little bit on paper. Make sure you get some good whips there. Grand Soir on paper. I'll pick up a little bit of the orange in there a little bit, but a little earthiness what I get from Grand Soir. Almost like some resins, of course, as well. I'll pick up Grand Soir in the opening there. Earthiness, and you start seeing immediately, not immediately, but you can see start to smell the amber accords starting to come being more involved in this fragrance here. So that's what I get from there. You definitely pick up on the sweetness. And just from the paper, Grand Soir seems a little bit more airier than Internal Oud, all right? And I must say, more well blended than Internal Oud, all right? So let's go ahead and put it on skin as well, so we can get a comparison with those two. So, go down a little bit. Do its thing. Do its thing. Okay, definitely. And Grand Soir, the Spanish Latino to call it in the open. So Grand Soir's no breakdown. It's Spanish Latino, orange in the opening. Mid, we have lavender and benzoin, and then dry down amber, vanilla, tonka bean, cedar, and musk. So as I said before, it's a earthiness that I pick up almost like soil. Which I think is definitely the Latium in the fragrance itself, which has that ambery, I won't say how much leathery accord, but it has these resins, almost the resins of balsamic kind of accord there. And I mean, you can start smelling the amber and the vanilla and the sweetness of the fragrance as well. Almost have like a cinnamon accord as well, pick up from Grand Soir. All right, so that's the difference about trying to get the two this on opening, right? Grand Soir does seem a little bit more airier than Internal Oud. Internal Oud is a little bit more sweeter with the fruits and things and the florals and the fragrance as well compared to Grand Soir. Grand Soir is to me is a little bit more cleaner type of fragrance. It's a smooth type of fragrance in the opening. Very well blended, very well put together as well. So, dry down. How to compare? So I'll spray them on here. All right. This is the OG. This is the Internal Oud. Very just amber. Yeah, amber. Just a beautiful amber accord with the vanilla, that sweetness as well. And this, I must say, the oud in here and the Internal Oud, here what I got here, Internal Oud is a little bit more. The oud in here is subdued. Don't get much oud as well. It does give a little bit of substance in the fragrance, but it's very well subdued compared to Grand Soir definitely has the amber accord as well. A little bit more buttery while getting the amber accord with the Grand Soir. The sweetness in here with the vanilla and the tonka bean, I do pick up a little bit on the musk. And I must say the cedar in here, the cedar wood is very nice as well. Very smooth, I want to say like pencil shavings, but very smooth cedar wood that contributes to the fragrance as well. Like I said, Grand Soir just have this airiness, smooth, buttery amber, but with some nice sweetness, tonka, and the vanilla pitching in there. While Eternal Oud has that amber accord as well, with some it's sweet as well with the fruits in there, with the plum and the root and the grapefruit, along with the oud in there to me. And with that oud has a little. The substance in it is very subdued, but it's just not as it's more dense. Put it more dense than Grand Soir. It's a little bit more dense than Grand Soir. So let's just talk about like performance-wise. Performance-wise, Grand Soir performs quite well. 8 hours plus with the fragrance. The Sea Lodge is very nice as well. Very nice scent bubble around you with the projection. So no problem there as well. And the same thing with Eternal Oud. Eternal Oud performance 8 hours plus with that as well. The scent bubble is very nice. And also the Sea Lodge is very nice with the fragrance as well. So the question would be, just like, would it be redundant person purchasing both fragrances, or which one is better? And at the end of that matter, I would just say Eternal Oud, which I got at the time. I think I got it for $35. And you can see, I put a nice little dent in it. All right. So I do wear the fragrance. I have been wearing the fragrance, or since I had it. Really do like the fragrance. What I say is redundant. It is. I would say there's subtle differences in the air. In the air, you can't really say. In the air, that smell very similar. It's just on your skin, or is it involving. Grand Soir just has more involvement type of fragrance compared to Eternal Oud. It's more involving. Eternal Oud is a little bit more linear compared to Grand Soir, in my opinion. It's a little bit more denser as well. It's not as airy as Grand Soir. Grand Soir has this airiness about it as well. But also does have some depth as well, but it's a little bit more airier, in my humble opinion. Grand Soir is more blended better. The fragrance flows better than Grand Soir's. But not saying that Grand Soir doesn't flow. It's a nice fragrance as well. Grand Soir also the quality of the ingredients as well. Like I told you before, I first sprayed Eternal Oud, and not first sprayed on skin. I did pick up a little bit of alcohol. I've been having it probably over 6 months now. So the maceration definitely has done its thing, and I still pick it up, but it only lasted for a minute or two. As for Grand Soir, I didn't pick up any of that when I first sprayed it on, and the involvement of the fragrance is very nice there. I would definitely say the Latium is a grand player in that Grand Soir, especially in the opening there. I use some fun facts. You think about Grand Soir. I think I looked it up. It was speaking about that. It means like evening or dusk, something like that. So it's like meant for wearing out in the evening time. Being out at that time, because Grand Soir does have this it's a very sexy fragrance. Someone being up underneath you, like an intimate situation, or with your loved one, or with someone, or just with anyone that's out and about, and people that are around you actually smell this fragrance on you, would definitely enjoy it. And I would say the same thing for Eternal Oud as well. The amber accord in here, very, very, very beautiful. But y'all, this is Zayn 2 Cents. More for Zayn 2 Cents. I hope y'all enjoyed that. comparison between the two. I know I did. This was quite good for me as well because I actually purchased Eternal Oud before I got the sample of Grand Soir. But I must say that, at some point, you're going to want to get Grand Soir if you have Eternal Oud, in my opinion. You won't be disappointed with getting Grand Soir. All right. So next time, y'all, peace.